I'd love, whilst we wait for other people to join, to hear, you know, a little bit about you and why you're here. We're excited to have you. So maybe we'll go, I can't see names actually.
Tony.
Got a funny screen up.
Hi everyone,
You've got your share screen on, Sarah. Just take your.
How do I unshare screen? Sorry, guys. Oh, here we go. Got it. Yeah.
Got it?
You share the screen. Stop share.
There you go.
That's normal. That's better. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go Tony first. Why are you here?
Hi everyone, I'm Tony and my husband's also Tony, so
easy.
We're in this together too. So we've been with Healy since, I think I received my Healy at the beginning of June. So and we've been enjoying the process, and I realize I've got a few blocks. I have a few highs and lows of I'm really running with it, and then I seem to stall. And so I run a semi full-time practice. I'm a chiropractor by profession, so I do that as my other job. And my husband's a carpenter by trade, and so he's always complaining of sore stuff. And we want this as a way to replace, you know, our incomes, so that I can just keep working, because I love to work when I want to work. And he's getting so achy and painy, even his chiropractor can't keep him well. So he's using Healy more and more. We're waiting for our new devices to arrive so we can use them all the time. So yeah, I think it's really our mindset blocks that we're really here needing some, you know, just organically. I mean, last month we had about we made just under $4,000, so I felt really good about that. So so I know we've got it in us to really give this a really good go. And as I put in my survey, it really aligns with our philosophy anyway. So I've loved been having coffee chats with people about, you know, frequency and vibration, and so to me it's a really natural thing. So I just want to get better at supporting people, because I find that I can tend to procrastinate a bit and not always be great at follow-up and things like that. So I really would like to try and get some systems in place to make all that easier. So
awesome.
That's me.
Beautiful. Love it. And we'll be touching on some things, some tools tonight that you'll be able to use to help with consistency and supporting your team. So beautiful. Thanks for being here. And then Darcy.
Hi. Darcy and Chrissy. We're not the same, but at least we rhyme. Yeah, look, love Healy. It fits with everything I've ever studied, and Darcy's been looking for a long time for something to replace our income, and love it. Wanted to join this program for a bit of I guess fine-tuning. We know what to do, we're just not always good at doing it. And so a bit of tasking and probably fine-tuning as to where to put our focus. We do things because we want to help people, but that's possibly not the best from an income point of view. So yeah, you can say
look, we're both based in Malaysia. We've started middle July, I think, just on Chrissy's birthday. We've got 70 people in our organization, 20 directs, and so we want to build quickly. Malaysia's very new, as you guys probably know. I don't know actually how many months it's really been, but I say 3 or 4. You know, it's very new. So we have the Malaysia and Singapore market that we'd like to really expand and open up into a lot. And we've already got an international business. So we've got USA, Australia, and 3 other countries, Asian countries. We're looking for a bit of accountability. We're great employees with an entrepreneurial mindset. So we kind of like to have our butts kicked, and we're up for that. So we basically
butt kicking permission.
Yeah, you do. I'm in oil and gas. I'm an expat. I want to replace that income. It's not in alignment with who I am, but it puts great food on the table. So we see Healy as definitely an answer to that, and definitely 1 to 2 year plan, 2 years maximum for me. I want to really smash it. But we want to do it in a heart-centered way, you know? So I've been in that road, business, 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 and it just doesn't flow at all. So when I drop into my heart and really help, it helps a lot. So yeah, that's us roughly.
Love it. Thanks, guys. I'm excited to work with you for the heart-centered love kicking, butt kicking. Awesome, and I'm sure Sean's good at that. That's going to be his role. And then Catherine, a beautiful familiar face. How are you? Why are you here? Love to hear all the things.
Hello. Why am I here? So in February I started, and I have the awesome rags to riches story. So single mom, I'm a physio in Switzerland but can't work in Australia. And so, you know, did all the many courses and things to kind of make ends meet, but so was doing hypnosis, but didn't have enough to sustain, you know, having 3 kids and myself and rent and everything. So I had to go and clean, and I hated it. I was like, I'm a fucking physio. I did not do all this training to then be in Australia and be, I hope no one minds swearing, to be cleaning. You know, I'm so good at what I do. I wouldn't call myself, you know, or up until not long ago, not very business minded. Like, I'm really good at what I do. I like to help people. But yeah, I couldn't kind of monetize it. And so anyway, yeah, so then comes Healy. I started studying osteo. So I was doing 30 hours a week study. I didn't really have time for Healy, but it just kept tapping me on the shoulder. And I was like, 2-week money back guarantee. If it's shit, I'll just send it back, you know. And so anyway, and yeah, so now I have 37 directly enrolled, and along came Sean and Leah and they exploded my business. Yeah. And I just had a thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for bringing it to us.
Yeah.
Catherine is our immediate upline, so.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. I just wanted to help, you know. I had, you know, I thought, well, she's not interested anyway in this, you know, so I was just helping. And yeah, so this month I just made $30,000. I'm like, oh my God, like what the hell, you know, little me.
Yeah.
And just by sharing it authentically. Yeah, I think it's a great story, and it's just to show you all, just keep going, just keep sharing. And for myself, I think like Darcy's husband, or both of you were saying, I've always been an employee, you know. I was a really good physio in a team. I'm a team player. I'm a supporter in Wealth Dynamics profile. I love being on a team. I've done the solo parenting for 11 years. So I don't want to do everything alone. And I think in my team, I have a few people who are keen. Some of them are on board now, but no one's really ran as fast as me except Leah and Sean, who've kind of, you know, you have your own team, you know. So, and that was clear to me from the start, but I want to be inspired and run with others, and I think that's why I'm here.
Amazing. Awesome. And congratulations. Like that is awesome. And I think it's awesome that you're not just like, oh yeah, that's happening. Like, you're showing up to this 5-figure container so that you can, you know, upskill and run and continue to build on that momentum. So congratulations, and good on you for choosing to show up in this container. So excited. All these familiar faces popping in. Rachel Lee, why are you here?
Oh my God. Why should I not be here is more the question, really. I probably should have been here a few weeks ago, in all honesty. And yeah, I'm here. I guess, yeah, I've had some incredible success over the last couple of months in Healy. I've, been in the industry much like you, Sarah, and Taryn. Taryn and I actually helped, and Sarah was in another company and two other companies actually. So, and I've always believed in this model but have never really found the success that I found in the last couple of months with Healy. And I guess that really just comes into not only being in alignment with the product, not only doing some of the inner work, which really, let's face it, Healy really supports us to step into self-mastery and, really, I guess helps us progress in that inner work. But it also, I mean, in terms of business opportunity, it is just the right ticks in all the right boxes. It's right place, right time, right product, right company, right community. Like everything about this is right. So, it all just adds up and it all just aligns. And so for me, what I really hope I just love you, Sarah. And I just love you too, Sean. And I don't know much of Sean, but I love the energy that you both bring. And Sarah, you and I have you've stayed at my house a couple of times, or no, actually just one time when you were in Brizzy before you got stuck in Bali, and we really connected on that level. And I just love community. And I feel like when you can sit in the frequency, because here's the thing, like I've kind of learned how to sit in the frequency and evolve and embody what it means to raise your vibration and raise your frequency. But I know that being inside these containers is really going to support me to step into that frequency in a bigger way in order to serve more people, because that's what I'm really truly here to do. It's not just about the money here for me. Like the money's been incredible, but what I'm here to really do is to sit in the frequency with other change makers like you guys that are here in this container and really take it to another level. So that's why I'm here, and I'm freaking excited to be here. And I should have been here for weeks ago, but I'm here.
You're here now. You're here now.
I'm here. You're bringing the good vibes. That is freaking amazing. And yes, Rach has had me at her house several times in the early stages of Healy development. And yeah, you just got such a big heart of service. And the thing that I love is there's so many incredible people, like especially now we've got more people coming into this, and there's still, I know, some more to come. It's going to really help you all up level, because you're going to, bounce off each other's results and what works and what doesn't. And we're like here to just guide the ship, but it's all of your energy combined that's going to help you up level. So, thanks for that. Awesome. Marie's jumped on. She's one of the true original 5-figure groups. Yeah. We'll get her to introduce herself quickly soon, but Lewis, is that right? Bickerton?
Oh,
I said it. Huh?
Oh yeah, I'm Lois. Hello.
A quick hi on why you're here, just so everyone gets to know each other. But then we're going to dive into sort of how we're going to structure this container to help you get the most out of it. So love to hear you. Yep.
Okay, thank you. I'm just sitting outside my car whilst my little boy's asleep right now. So hopefully he stays asleep. So I'm Lois, and I feel a bit crazy kind of coming into this container, because I bought a Healy back in May, and I've been sitting on it, and I have not sold one Healy because I've just been holding myself back. And now I'm ready to, I just had a total, literally this weekend, I was listening to all the Evolve talks over this weekend, Sarah, which have just been amazing. And I was like, yep, these are my people. This is the conversations I want to have. And I'm all in. So I am also a physio. I'm a women's health physio, and I specialize in kind of chronic pelvic conditions. I have group coaching programs, but I am now, so my business is called Womankind Health, but I am now transitioning into Womankind Wealth. So I'm now starting to attract coaches and business women and entrepreneurs who want to create wealth in all aspects of their life with health as a foundation. So I want to only be working with those coaches in my high level coaching container with Healy. So
Awesome.
that is my, yeah. But yeah, I have not sold on Healy yet. So here we go.
Right.
So
We'll get you there. You're gonna do it. You're doing it
thank
now.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I realize I can't, I have such a big vision. I can't do this on my own, and I need you guys. I need the coaching, and I know that I create my reality. And if I don't step into this coaching reality, and invest in all of this, then it's not going to happen. So here I am.
Love it. Love the commitment to yourself and your vision.
So yeah, and I'm in the UK, so
yeah, that market's opening. That's good.
So yeah, I want to be there. I want to be there.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thanks
I know
for
it was
sharing.
funny earlier. Someone said like when you were stuck in Bali. You know, you hear that all the time. I laugh every time I hear that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, we're stuck over here.
Poor me. All right, Maria. You know, we've already had some great chats, and I love how you show up in this business, and we know why you're here, but not everyone else does. So love you to introduce yourself to everyone.
Okay, so I'm Maria Portis. First of all, I'm not sure if it's Louise or Lewis or
Lois.
how you, Lois, sorry. Whatever you just said then, I would have been like, I'm in. That sounds fucking amazing. Like, just keep saying that, what you just said about the health and wealth and everything that just sounded, I would have just jumped into it if I wasn't already in. But yeah, so I'm a life purpose mentor. I know Sean and Leah, and I've worked very closely with both of them. And yeah, and so I'm very much about life purpose, and I channel the divine like all of us. And yeah, and so I'm able to reveal things. When I found the Healy, it was just like, what? It was just like, this is exactly what I've been looking for. And I was just a yes straight away. I think I might have been Leah's first sale. And yeah, so jumped in straight away, and like I was actually looking for something to measure my aura, because I wanted to know, well, what does it look like when I channel, and like kind of showing off to myself. I want to be able to measure, you know, what I do and things like that. And because I remember I'd go to Dr. Joe's events, and many years ago he used to measure people's frequencies and all that. And I thought, how cool. And within like 24 hours, then it was like, I heard Leah had something that was just like, I just knew it was something that I called it in within 24 hours of me even just thinking about, this is what I want to do, like measure myself. And then it was like, what are you talking about? And she said, oh, this thing I found. I went, I couldn't believe it. It was exactly what I was looking for. So I've been blown away, and yeah, and I'm all about the quantum and all this stuff. So it's just so aligned to me. It's just like, Sean once said, I was on a live and saying, I received my Healy, and I was all excited. And Sean said, it's like consciousness in our hand. And that's exactly what it is. And I loved that explanation. Yeah. So for me, it was all the spiritual sense and the quantum and all that really brought me in. But I've been brought back to the wisdom of my body and all the other things that it shows. So it just like fucking blows your mind all the time. So I just believe it's my excitement about it that actually sells the product and brings people in. So I just share what I'm excited about, and then yeah, people are just magnified to it. And also I expect people to buy like I did. That's a big thing to me. Like, it's like I was a yes straight away. I'm not here to sell it. I'm not here to nothing. I'm here to share my excitement, what I do, whatever. And then people will just know, yeah, I want to be part of it. And if they don't get it today, they will get it in a couple of weeks. Or I say, you know, sign up and I'll hook you in or whatever. And then they just hang around me, and my energy, it's like, I want what she has. There's something about her. That's what you've got to become, just a magnet. So yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Awesome.
Love it. I feel that enthusiasm, and it's so beautiful for you all to share your whys and why you're here, because that's really what you're sharing all the time, is like your why and what you're passionate and what lights you up. And as you've each heard each other, I'm sure you're like, yeah, I would like to do, like, like, and it's good to hear each other as well. So thank you so much, and for the energy you bring to this container already is incredible.
Thank you.
And then we've got Annie Slater. Why are you here?
Hey everyone.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, so I'm here. I've recently joined Kat's group with Healy. I am quite different to my situation. I still work in day job world. I have a contract that finishes in February 2021. And although I like my day job, it doesn't light me up in any way. And to be able to create income without having to rely on big business to pay me would just be like magical. And I actually first saw the Healy, or when Kat first talked about it in March, and I ummed and ahed about it until I bought it at the end of August. So I haven't got mine yet. But I, like back in my 20s and late teenage years, 20s, 30s, I was always so fascinated by energy. And I don't think I've ever read a novel in my life. I always read books about energy, and I love quantum. And so this is like right up my alley. But my network marketing experience, I've not had success. Although I feel really drawn to really breaking away from relying on anyone paying an income to me anymore in, regular day job work. I've been feeling that for a little while. So yeah, I'm here just to learn and really start creating my business. And thanks, Maria. I've got some great ideas from you with what you just said. So, and also just about like really being uplifted by the energy of the group. So yeah, I'm excited.
Awesome. We're excited to have you here, and it's always nice when there's a few people in your team all in the one space. Very cool. And then Catherine Swan, why are you here? Oh, I think you're muted.
Sorry. Okay. You can hear me? Yeah, so I met Catherine Godwood in another, I had a coaching call with her in another MLM. I've been in other MLMs before, like Little Bottles of Oil and different things, and always given up because it just hasn't happened for me. I've already climbed a rank to builder, which is just so awesome. I've sold to 4 of my friends and one family member, which has just been people that have watched me and listened to me. So I don't have much of a following. So I'm very much a salesperson. I want to get out there and, and talk to people, but I want to pull back and not make it so salesy and keep more from the heart and what it does. So when I joined with Kat, I didn't do much with it. And then I was doing a coaster bus up, and I finally got to Darwin where I am now, and I got injured. A rusty nail went into my gumboot when I was gardening, and the universe made me sit in a chair and put the Healy on, and from there I was just a believer, and woke up with a stiff neck one day, and that just fixed by the next day. And so, yeah, I really believe in the experiences. The community's just so beautiful. It's so nice to be with Rachel and our little clan that we've got, and I just feel so supported, and I'm just like in this 100%. I'm never giving up. Yeah. And today, William Whitecloud was just like my drop-in moment. I'm just like this alchemy, and you, Sarah, and and you, Sean, I just, it's just, I had to be here. So thanks to Kat, I'm here.
Beautiful. Awesome. Yeah. So cool. Yeah, he's been my mentor, and his work has really changed the game for me, how I build business, how I create in the world, and a lot of his principles it's a big part of what I do with my team. I'll be anchoring into this group as well. So that's cool that you like him.
Yeah.
And lucky last, Cindy, you've also been one of the originals, but we'd love you to just introduce yourself briefly, just why you're here, and then we're gonna get into some cool things to get you guys going.
Hi, my name is Cindy from Sydney, and like some others, I also worked day job, and this year I started to take 1 day off and explore and try to teach other people and then inspire other people and more into how to restore their health back to holistic health. Um, I had my own life experience, and I believe that I can actually make an impact to other people's life and make it positive, and yeah, always find a way and be great and yeah, happy and healthy. Yes, and I've been last 2 weeks. I've been really bombarded with my work when my colleagues suddenly not able to work the shift that he was in. So I really drained with my other work and pull me energy away. Uh, yeah, I catching up with the recording, but yes, I already have some. I think that the energy pull in and people around me and started to interested, and I have someone interested in know about Healy as well. I pass him information because I come from an IT background already. Build up a web page, all the informations and Q&A about Healy, and that whatever people are interested, I pass the information on my page, and then in all the information in there. And if they have any question, they ask me. And also tomorrow, I'm going to the Vax bus is coming in Sydney. I already booked a tour and see if I can be able to connect some people and pass some good information about Healy. It's exciting.
Very cool. Awesome, Cindy. Thank you for being here and sharing. And so basically, I'll give you a little bit of an overview of this container and the vision Sean and I have for it, and he'll, share a little bit, and then we really want to get into some juicy stuff for you too, and also the structure of how we want to hold this for you. So, really these containers, they help us discern who's in, who's committed. So by you entering in and investing in this container, we assume you're here because you're all in, which a lot of you have said, and you want us to support you and hold you accountable and to creating results in your business. And so we are committed to showing up and supporting you with that. But ultimately, it's you that's going to either have the success that you want or not. And we can only guide you and give you the tools and support. And so I think it's important just to remember that, yeah, we're all responsible for our results. And I know all of you, are here, those sort of self-responsible types. And, that looks like, showing up for the calls. Like, I've been in this business model for many years, and sometimes, many times, even with this summit, I'm exhausted and I got to get on one more call, and I'm normally like, oh my gosh. And then I get on because I just show up, and then I'm fine. I'm in the energy of it. And so it's going to be like that. Sometimes you won't want to get on the calls, or you'll be tired, but you'll jump on the call and you'll get re-inspired and back in that zone. And so we need to have these constant contact points to keep us going, especially in the early days of the business. And so you've got that here for you. So we encourage you to show up to all the calls. Sean and I have worked out we're going to do 2 points of contact each week. One, it'll either alternate myself or Sean leading, which will be more of a fundamentals. It's going to keep bringing you back to the basics. Have you done the things you said you would do? Are you reaching out to people? Are you following up? These things are the foundations of income producing activity for your business. So Sean loves the fundamentals and the daily habits and that, because that's important stuff. And then on the other call that will be available each week is going to be generally either Taryn, Max, or Leah. And obviously they bring such a wealth of knowledge, to have access to them. Taryn, incredible high-level strategy, network marketing, expert. Max, who's got the biggest business pretty much in Healy, who's, over 100,000 euro monthly incomes, built beautifully in terms of how he builds and the leaders he develops. And then Leah, obviously Sean's amazing partner, she's just got such an incredible wealth consciousness. So you've got these powerhouses that are going to come in and drop their knowledge and wisdom on more specific areas of the business. And then we need to keep bringing you back to accountability, fundamentals, like, are you doing the things? And so I think we've really decided that's going to be what's going to best support you in a really practical way to get the results, because you're here to have 5-figure months. And I know, Sean, do you want to jump in there? Because I know
I do. I want to jump in, and I know I'm gonna defer back to you in a minute, and I want you to lead, and you're leading this one today. But when you work with me, like when you make a decision to work with me, the only things I really care about, and the only things that you have control over, are attitude and effort. That's all you have. That's all you have control over, is attitude and effort. And I'm going to tell you right from the start here, there is nothing new under the sun. So there won't be anything that I say, especially the things that come out of my mouth, will always be these things like, I'm a stickler for words and the etymology. And what we do is we remember. We make it a member of ourselves again, because we lose these pieces over time. We fall asleep or go into the program. And so when we come back to fundamentals, and you'll probably, as you get to know, I cut my teeth in coaching in athletics, in swimming, baseball, American football, speed training, that type of thing. And so it always comes back to fundamentals. What are the fundamentals, and what do I have control over? My attitude, my effort. So the number one fundamental, and I will start every one of these. It was great to start this particular session with a meet and greet and get to know each other. But truly, the foundation of anything worthwhile starts from getting in connection with the moment, with right now. It's always now. Everything is now. And it's so easy to get hooked out into a program and get our awareness caught into something. We're thinking about something in the past or something in the future. Everything takes place in the moment that has value. So if right now, before I turn it back over to Sarah, it's 30 seconds. Let's just all, take a minute, get your feet grounded on the floor, close your eyes, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Put your hand on your stomach and feel your tummy rise on the inhalation, in. Feel it fall on the out, out. And now take anything you were thinking of before this moment and just put it on a shelf somewhere. Take anything that you were thinking about for the future and put it on a shelf somewhere. And just become centered here, now, and present together in this container as one, willing to work together, deciding that we will give our best attitude and effort every time we come together, and making that commitment from this moment forward. I am making a commitment right now to give my very best attitude and my very best effort to creating the life of my dreams, to getting what I came here for setting intentions and not taking no for an answer, getting what I came for. And when you're centered and present, then come back to it, and then let's turn it back over to Sarah.
Beautiful. Thank you. I always love that. It's like, just drop in there. There's just one person I think I missed, Catherine Swan. Did I miss you? And would you like to?
I think you did.
I think we missed you. I'm so sorry. Do you want to just quickly introduce yourself?
No, I spoke.
Oh, you did? Okay. No,
Okay.
sorry.
I did.
Tell. Okay.
You look,
sorry.
I remember you, but you look different than it was the picture.
I do.
Okay. Well, so I love that. And that really is it. Like, the quicker our reality and timelines can collapse very quickly into that future version when we act as if we're already there. And especially when it comes to like abundance and holding abundance, like, it's very present. Like, if you think about it, if everything in life is sort of taken care of and you've got abundance and you've got a big, beautiful business, like there's a centeredness about you. Like, when you meet people who are very like you know, successful and they're quite grounded, they're present, they're connected, you know, and so the, you know, when we step into that reality, that future version of ourselves in the now, and how would that person act and show up and speak, and what activities do they do every day? Like when you become that, the quicker you close that gap and become that version now, your reality like changes very quickly. And so I think it's always going to be beautiful to drop into that now moment and keep coming back to that. So thank you, Sean. That was really beautiful. Okay, could you make me host and I'll do a share screen? So I just want to pre-frame something here. Now, in this group, and to have any kind of success, we want to really balance, and Sean and I are really good balance of this, the magic and the practical, or as Sean would say, the math. And so
the magic and the math.
magic and math, and I love that. And I just, from my experience, like I had a lot of success in another network marketing company, and then coming into this, I really was like, what worked and what works well, and it's beautiful because you've decided to be in this 90-day container, is a focused effort and momentum that really gets your business off the ground. And so if you know much about network marketing, they say if you do 2 like 90-day game plans in your business a year, which is a focused effort where you're really, you know, all in, that's where you're going to grow exponentially. But if you don't do these condensed focused efforts, it's like, and you kind of dabble here and there, you never build momentum, and it's like you never get the plane off the ground. You kind of go, like, you know, a few people, drops off again, and you really don't get anywhere. You know, you don't build in your business. And so I learned, I paid attention to who are the top leaders and what are they telling me to do, and I'm going to do that. And they all talked into doing these 90 days focused efforts, then have a break. You know, Sean talks a lot about seasons and cycles. Have a break, recharge, you know, stabilize your team, get some systems and structures, then go again. So if you do 2 of these a year, you are going to really fly in your business and make the most of this incredible opportunity and timing in the market that we know is here. And so what I'm going to create for you is, or gift you, is something that I worked quite hard on for my own team. I'm going to rebrand it and neaten it up a bit, because I've just completed one of these 88-day or 90-day programs. But what I did was created like a booklet that had everything that the team needed to really set their goals, know their team's goals, know how to like structure their business, know what to do each day and where to spend their time and effort. Like there's a lot of magic plus the practical. And I wanted to gift that to you guys, rebrand. I'm going to make it like Silver Circle special, and you know, and that might take the next week or 2 to finalize that, because I'm also really going to look at what could I take out that wasn't essential, what can I add in to make it even better, because we just finished. But what I did want to share is when I started this 88-day, I had like an 8K month, and my goal was a 40K month. And this month I've just had a 40K month. And so, you know, it works. If you work with this system, it works. And it, you know, it's about intention. It's about getting a true end result for you. And then it's practical too. And a lot of people in my team that went all in with this also had the success. You know, they had their first 5-figure months, and they created like incredible leaders in their business. Like a lot of their things happened if they were committed. So I just want to emphasize again, it's a commitment, but it is a roadmap to you having success. And I thought it would be something really beautiful to go through briefly tonight so that you get a sense of what's to come. But I also give people some time when I give them this, again, which I'll get it to you in the coming week or 2, but you also want time to start to prepare for it. So, you know, like a game, there's a preparation phase, and then there's like a go phase, and then there's an integration phase. And so we're getting you into the mindset of the preparation phase for your big game. And that means, you know, start talking to your leaders about, hey, do you want to do this with me? It's going to be a 90-day focused effort, and you can start to have those conversations now. So that is where we're going to go. So I just wanted to start, again, I'm going to make this like a bit funky, like Silver Circle style, and maybe Sean and some of your team can help with some of the, Leah's fancy marketing. We'll see what we can do for you. But ultimately, this is a little welcome, what it's about. Again, we'll change the name, but it's a focused effort. You're going to have a start date on it. You're going to have an end date on it. Like literally for me, it was like the 11th of October, I would be earning this amount of money. And on the 11th of October, plus a lot of other things that happened. And it happened, plus, it was a very holistic end result. It wasn't just money. It was like the kinds of people I was working with. It was VIP Women's Leadership Days. It was intimacy and relationship. It was holistic, but it all came true. And I know Sean's big on manifesting, and he's going to, he loves it. He's going to get a journal for us all too.
Yeah. So I made this a few years ago, and now I've had, it's all beat up. Sarah laughs about it, but I've accomplished, I think, out of the 18 things on there, 15 have completed. So anyway, keep going though, Sarah.
I know a lot of you are big on that, and it's such a key piece of how we create. So it's going to be nice to touch on, like, we're all here with a personal vision, but we are also here because we're part of the bigger vision of Healy. And when we step into that contribution, not only within your own teams, but beyond, like no one really in this business is in this call is in my team, and the summit and things like that. But when you just show up for the bigger vision as well, you're always going to be rewarded. And, we're here because we're inspired by Healy's mission and the bigger vision. Why 88 days? I've really touched on that. It's focus, it's your vision, it's going to help you up level and build your skills and become a leader. And this I've really based on self-responsibility. What you focus on creates your reality, as we know. And if you didn't, I encourage you to watch William Whitecloud's interview I did with him today. It's going to be about reprogramming the subconscious mind, because for many of you, you're going to be stepping into an end result or a new version of yourself you've never experienced before. And so there's some reprogramming that's going to happen with that. You're going to get uncomfortable. If you play out full out in this game plan, it's going to get uncomfortable. And there's going to be some creative tension there. And that's where we're going to come in to hold you in that tension so that you keep moving forward until the gap closes in favor of what you would love to create. I'm really big on helping you as well create this business in a way that aligns with your genius, because there's so many ways to build Healy, and there's so many niches, and there's so many ways you can express your passion around this. And so we really want to get you sitting in your zone of genius so that it flows for you and it's fun, and you attract people that can have complementary skill sets, and that's really when it becomes fun. So this is almost like a workbook that you'll get time to work through as well. We've touched on things like, what is your personal vision with Healy and your mission? And this is going to be something you can literally print off, like I did this, because everything is so online these days. To have something that's like actually printed off and tangible and in your office or next to your desk, it's a beautiful thing to be able to look up. And I did this a lot. And what's my mission and what am I focusing on? It keeps bringing you back. And this is on the fundamental call. We'll keep bringing you back to this to keep it fresh in your mind and keep you focused on your end results. Because when you're focusing on what you're wanting to create, your subconscious mind is going to have to, by default, start to look for the people, opportunities, resources, and ideas that bring that to fruition. And that's why it's all about continual focus and just bringing you back. We're also in this group, we're not going to fluff over shit, like if there's stuff going on for you, if you've got fear coming up, if you're uncomfortable, if, things are up for you, we're not just going to light and love over it. We need to acknowledge the discomfort. And I know, again, Sean loves facing the shadow and the darkness, because, we don't need to spend 20 years processing that stuff, but we need to acknowledge it because it takes the power out of it. And then we access a whole other level of energy that can go into our creations, rather than spending all this time and energy trying to pretend that what we're feeling or experiencing isn't real. And so we'll encourage, vulnerability in this group, because when generally one person shares vulnerably, the rest of the group are feeling it too, and it can help us all up level. So this is a space where all of you is welcome, and we ask you to, show up when, don't just jump on the call when you're having success and everything smells like roses. Like, that's the time when you break through is when you show up when you don't want to, and you break through on the other side of that. And I see that happen time and time again with everyone. You know, we've got this nice little group in Bali that's, we're there for each other, and there's always the breakthrough just after the breakdown. It's like 100% guaranteed. You know, and next steps, we'll always be like, acknowledge where you're at, refocus on what you love, what are the next steps, and take that action. And taking that aligned action is what bridges the gap from where you are to where you want to be. It's very simple. A lot of you know all this, but it's that other level of accountability when your, you know, mind doesn't want you to, you know. Will get you to, like I said, really embody the feelings of your end result. What does it feel like? You know, who are you? How's your confidence, your leadership? You know, is it joyful? And again, the more you access those feelings day to day in the present moment, the more you become a magnet for more of that and the reality to match that. But we will also get you, you know, it's about the feeling, but also getting you practical and tangible results, because if you don't have a clear end result, it's hard to measure, you know, like, am I making progress? Am I, you know, it could be like, oh, my end results to feel joyful. Awesome. But you could feel joyful, then sad, then angry, then happy, all in a 10-minute period, you know? So how do we help you also get tangible results that, you get a gauge of, okay, what are my gaps? What do I need to skill up on? What do I need to learn? Is it money mindset? Is it skill set? So having tangible results helps orient you in you know, your progress. And also personal end results. Like, I'm really big, especially in these business models, that we don't just go for like the money or the, you know, like, it's great and we love that and it's important and we value that in this community, but also, like, what are those personal end results? How do you want your health to feel, or your relationships to be like? Because, you know, if you're getting those results but you're burnt out, your health's gone to shit, your relationships are all stuffed, like, it's not worth it. So we're going to look at really holistic personal end results that just feel inspiring and expansive for you. We're going to break this down, and I'm sure many of you, there's starting to be some really great trainings on the comp plan. But this is also important because we want to set you guys up from the beginning with a really good understanding of how to balance your business. I know a lot of us came in and we were just like, woo, let's go, you know, rock out. And then we started having this unbalanced business, and then we're like, oh, let's work on this side, let's work on this side. So we want to help educate you and help balance your business, but also help you know how to set your people up so that they have a nice balanced business as much as possible. There's always going to be, you know, more here now, more here, like, that's always going to happen, but the best possible chance of that. And you know, I think as a whole, we're starting to bring a bit more focus back onto ranks, not just volume. Volume is obviously important, but ranks also help. They're there for a reason, to help you set up a really structured, solid foundation for your business. And so it'd be encouraging you to look at the comp plan, look at the rank that you want to get to, because what that does is it also gives you really clear focus on what you need to help your leaders do to rank advance. And so you're helping everybody have focus and a solid foundation in their business by doing this. And so you know, it's a combination of rank and volume, especially if you're a numbers person. Some people aren't, like, you know, I was just like, all right, my end result's 40K and I got there, but I'm also noticing now it's not the most solid foundation. So it's a balance of magic, go for the end result, and a bit of structure and like, you know, understanding, because some people in your business will be just magic people, and some are going to be a little bit more, okay, but, you know, how do I rank advance? And so it's good to have the both, and, you know, so that you've got that focus, really clear focus. And income goals are great too, like monthly, you know, first month, second month, third month, because what happens when we achieve a smaller goal, like a smaller end result, like I want to have a 4-figure month, or, you know, it builds our confidence. Even when we want to rank advance, like, it builds our confidence in our ability to create. And the more we build our confidence in the small things, then we know we can do the bigger things. And that's why I think it's awesome you guys are in the 5-figure group, because I think a lot of people are like, yeah, get me in the 6-figure a month group. But if you need to, like, hit the steps along the way, you know, like, you know, so I think it's cool to just break down and celebrate the smaller things, because if we just go for the massive things, then we can just not go for it and give up, and then we beat ourselves up. Like that can be a form of self-sabotage, to do something so massive that
can I jump in right there on just real quickly on that? You know, and you know, building confidence is great and everything, but really the force of nature that we're talking about right there is called momentum. And momentum is a real physics in the world. Just like when we're talking about quantum physics and we're talking about the nature of these things, we need to understand that there really is a thing called momentum, and momentum is very difficult to stop, you know, both ways, right? It goes both ways. We could be, you know, getting lazier and lazier, and there's momentum that way till we're just dead. Or, you know, once the train gets rolling, it's tough to get that thing to stop. So anyway, carry on there.
I love that. And that's the thing. It's like, yeah, you just start to feel like, yeah, you know, and I know many people in this group have had some really great results. And once you've done it once, you're like, I can do this again and again, and bigger, and expand it out even more. And it's beautiful momentum. That's what this is all about. Now, you know, I think Sean probably will even take this first session next week around like really what are your daily habits that set you up for success. I think it's so important to know what works for us. There's so many ways you can start your day: dancing, meditation, breath work, choices, you know, like spending time with your kids, you know, whatever puts you in that connected space. But really important that you honor yourself at the start of the day, refocus on what you're doing. And when you set your day up for you, you know, and what you're creating, it's going to flow a lot better than if you don't, basically. And I know Sean loves that topic. And then also, this is really important in the preparation phase for you, really, you know, putting your full attention on this business is what do you need to delegate, delete, or do to clear some space? Because if you're really in, sometimes it's having conversations with people and being like, hey, I'm going to be, you know, quite focused and committed to this project I'm super passionate about. Like, you know, I'm yeah, you might need to say to people, I might not, you know, not catch up with people, but, you know, or get some help. Like I know I'm getting a PA, maybe two, maybe a social media person. So like I'm going in being like, okay, what do I do to stay in my lane? And can I delete or delegate? Or, you know, just a lot of clutter can be in our mind. Just sort it out, like get it done so that you can be clear and focused and have support around you from people that love you or actual skill sets that you need to support you as well. So that's another thing that we'll touch on. And again, like once you get this booklet, you'll have the recording, and so you can go away and start filling that out. But also each week we'll be sort of going into some of these topics in greater detail. So don't feel like you have to have it all figured out day one, session one. I'm giving you an overview, and then we'll dig into topics more as the time goes on. Building leaders, this is something I'm particularly passionate about. And as you know, I remember asking Max and Carsten when I started the business, what's your key? What's the key to success? And obviously there's no one key to success, but they said find find 5 leaders. And what we've got here is like two to 4 leaders on each side. Like you could have 2 on each side, but it's always better to have more. But if you have a few leaders each side that are like, I'm all in with this, let's go, next couple of years, let's make this magic happen, you're sorted, you know. And then you help them find their leaders and they find their leaders. So really aiming to find, you know, like we've got here 2 to 4 leaders on each side of your business and working closely with them and intimately know their vision, intimately know what lights them up, what their end results are, what they want to create, because really this is a relationship business. And when you find these, you know, it's like when you get a deck of cards, there's 52 in the deck, and you want to find the 4 aces. And so you kind of flip in the cards and, oh, there's one. Okay, I'm going to, you know, that's a good card. So you want to find your aces, and that can be a bit of a process. Some people find them straight away. Some people need to keep turning the cards. But when you find them, know them intimately, build that relationship, like you're linking arms. There are highs and lows in this business. God knows it. We all know it, you know, in this group. But this is what makes the journey so rewarding. And yeah, so you know, really your focus is on attracting leaders and being the leader that can attract the types of people you want to work with, to link arms with, that are equals. You know, like I don't feel like I've attracted people in my business that are below me by any means. They've got skill sets that I'm learning from constantly. There's an evenness, and we collaborate from that space. There's no like, you know, I'm higher or lower or any of that old school mentality. This one is super important. You know, there's me. Hi. You are the sum of the 5 people you spend your time with. So that's why it's amazing you are all in this group, because you're around people that are going to want to operate at the level you are. And, you know, good on you for your decision to do that. And also outside this container, be really selective with those people that are going to help you step into that next version of yourself, because we are that sum of the 5 people who we spend our time with. And, you know, have that support of people that are here to help you with your vision. That's us. Your relationships, like who are your relationship support people, your abundance mindset. Again, there's going to be a lot of that in this group. Your health, we've got Healy, but you might be doing something outside of that. I know I'm engaging a health coach over this next set of 90 days. And, you know, we're also going to help you with your genius as well. I'm running through this fairly quickly because we've got 5 minutes left, but I really just want to help you set the stage here for the kinds of things you really need to be thinking about in your business. Is this helpful? Is everyone finding this helpful and feel like this document is going to be helpful?
Yeah, it's amazing. Amazing. Yeah.
Awesome. I wanted to make something really tangible.
And it's perfect the way it is. I don't know why you want to change it at all. Like,
okay, well, I'll
just send it.
I'll give it a
collaborate, because like you won't just learn from your mission. Some people do a great job with their own mission statement. I also help you find what your shadow mission statement is. And you know, a shadow mission for me, you know, and everybody's different, but a shadow mission for me is more powerful than a mission statement. You know, I can get all love and lighty and say, you know, I create this world of compassion if I show up every day, but do I really understand that I create a world of poverty when I don't show up every day? And can I look at the dark side of what happens when I don't show up? What happens when I lower my standards? What happens when I do sleep through the meeting and that type of thing? And so that's important too, you know, so.
Okay, awesome. Sean is going to lay down the shadow mission.
Yes.
I love it.
I like the fact there's a lot of colors.
Yeah.
Pardon?
I like the colors.
Oh, good. Yeah, we'll just, you know, this has really been for my team. And I asked that if you're going to share this, that you just check with me, because like myself and if, you know, we put a lot of time into this and a few other people that I collaborated with it on. So I just want to respect them as well. But we're going to make it a bit more silver circle-y and add a few things in too. Okay, so this is cool. Like, creating your dream team and your avatars, like this really helps you get to think of the ideal qualities you want them to have, the values, the virtues. And we even created like sexy little like stick figures. I don't even know, they're not even stick figures, they're little like, I don't know, whatever you want to call them, stick, funny men and women, that you can actually like write names on here of people. Like I did this in the last, my 88 days. I put the names of people, and like a lot of them are in my business now. Again, just power focus and intention and knowing the kinds of qualities. Sometimes they didn't have names, sometimes they did, but I had the qualities written down here too. And then obviously remembering that, you know, you then need to embody those qualities, because we can't, you know, energy, frequency and vibration, we can't attract what we're not. Then there's just this, you know, some of you that have done these businesses before will recognize some of these tools, but they're here because they work. You know, this is just a brain dump as you think of names and people that pop into your mind, and also a few things here to prompt you. Just brain dump names down, you know, conscious entrepreneurs, health hackers, wellness enthusiasts, like just a brain dump. You know, you could have a whole other page, 2 pages for that. But sometimes it's nice to handwrite things, because so much is on the computer. Again, like it just, you know, when you're just thinking, if it's next to your desk, boom, just, you know, writing it down. Then rewards. Now this is like really key as well. Like I think we need to bring even more of this into the business, because a lot of the reason people come into models like this is because they've had their own businesses and they've been that sole entrepreneur. And, you know, part of what I love about these models is that people get to feel seen, heard, recognized, you know, for what they do and how they show up. I think when we step out of a 9 to 5, we don't have that anymore. And these models are beautiful to like recognize our people, reward our people. I know this is, like I said, something I want to focus more on my team, but like little things when people achieve little goals in their business that they set, you know, send them an audiobook or send them some flowers, or like just ring them and say, oh my gosh, you know, you're amazing. And so also rewarding yourself when you hit a goal for yourself. Actually, and as I'm saying this, I'm realizing I need to go back and see what my reward is and gift that to myself, because we need to celebrate what we're doing and celebrate others, because or else it's always the next thing and it's always the next thing. And I think when we celebrate ourselves, it lets it really land, it lets us receive it, and it nourishes us. And there's something that happens that really, you know, integrates that experience. And yeah, I just think it's a nice culture to start creating. So I encourage you to think about that for you and for your team. Alchemy of Wealth, obviously Leah is going to be an incredible one to add value into this topic. Like I said, different weeks we're going to fine tune a little bit more. This is just the roadmap, but she's going to help you dive into some of the real tools that you can be doing to expand your wealth consciousness. I know she loves journaling, like having something in your ear that's constantly expanding, your audio books that expand your wealth consciousness, and being around people that up level your wealth consciousness, I think is key. Magical scripting, I know many of you are probably familiar with this tool, but it's just kind of speaking into your future reality. And you know, some people love this tool, some not so much, but you can just speak into and have gratitude for it's already done and it's already here. And some people are more writers. I'm a bit more like Sean. I love a good visual. But if you're a writer, like speak into it and have gratitude for it's already here. And that's a great tool. I know a lot of people really get a lot of it.
Abracadabra.
Totally. And I am going to honor your time. We want to really keep this as punctual as we can on these calls. So I'll just finish off with these last few things, but these are important. Sharing Healy. Now, this is where we get into like, really, what are you doing every day? I know a lot of people can be like, oh, what am I doing? Where do I focus my energy? This is what you focus your energy on. 20% of your effort's going to get you 80% of the results. I think a lot of people come in and they're learning lots of stuff and they're learning and watching, and they think they're building their business. Often that can be a bit of an inefficient use of time. So you really want to put 80%, I think I've got it up here, 80% of your time into income producing activities, and then the rest into like building your team and training them. So that looks like, you know, creating value and expanding your customer base, posting on social media and engaging with people that, you know, like your posts or interested in Healy. Basically, it comes down to like connecting with new people and telling them about it, following up with people you've already spoken to, and then pouring love into your team. Like you can do 3-3-3, or, you know, but if you roughly just have that, depending on how much you want to go for it, but if you roughly have that in your mind, it gives you something to like, just, you know, even if you do an hour of power in the morning and you're like, am I connecting with new people? Am I, you know, following up, or am I just helping my team? And you can be connecting with new people, but they could be coming through your team, you know? So it's just that awareness of where you're focusing your time and energy into the things that matter. We want to learn, do, left foot, right foot, learn, do, not learn, develop people. Oh, I haven't done any income producing activity, or will be lopsided like our businesses can be. And again, like attending events, watching webinars, joining the groups, having an in-person scan. These are the ways we share Healy. So there's different ways within the connecting process that you're sharing. And again, this is where you get to choose like what really lights you up, what's your best, most authentic ways. Social media is stronger for some than others, but that's a really great way to add value and attract your ideal people. And yeah, then obviously the team development, which is still such an important part when you step into real leadership. I'm not going to go through all this. This is stuff that you can think of, but ideal days, how you best get in your flow, what are your boundaries? Oh, this was the hour of power that I spoke about. Like if you're doing this sort of every day, you're pushing the needle forward. You're creating momentum. And again, you're all of a level where I don't need to talk this through with you so much, but get organized, like know what your flow is, know when you need breaks, know when your best time and most productive time is. And again, you can have a look through this of knowing what your genius is, what is most effortless, when are you most lit up in the business, and try and spend more of your time in that. And you'll find that, yeah, you get a good return on investment when you're using your genius. So that's it in a nutshell. I don't want to go too much more over time. We're going to add in a bit more about social media and some of the onboarding systems, and there's a few bits to come, but for now, I hope that really helps. I guess my intention for sharing this now, even though it's not quite done, is just to sort of anchor you into there's a roadmap and getting you prepared as if you're, going into a game. And I would suggest if one thing you do is start to get a few of these things in order, like start to put time aside for income producing activities, start to find those leaders that want to run with you. That's a good start point. And then, yeah, we'll give you this so that you can go through it and kind of nut it out more. Cool. That's a lot of talking. I hope that helps. Is everyone kind of got any comments or questions around that?
That's epic. It's so exciting to just know where we're going and actually, what can be created. It's so exciting. So I love it.
And awesome. And have a few other teams, like, have you got something like this already that you're using, or is this helpful for you? It is helpful, or you've got something similar? Rach, do you have things like this in your business?
Yeah, so we have like basic structures in terms of how to share Healy. I used to be one for, having like solid scripts in place in my previous MLM days. But now I just love this because it really does actually connect you back into who you are, and there's no scripting here. So I think it's beautiful. I love it. And I think it's a gorgeous roadmap that highlights all of the key things that we really do need to follow. And it's an awesome tool that everyone can follow. And and what I love about it, if everyone is following the same system and the same process, and everybody knows what they need to do, then that duplicates. And so I just love it. I think it's amazing. Thank you for sharing.
That's great feedback. That's all right. And I did create this with the intention of like more trialing it and fine tuning it, and then with the intention that I'm happy to share it to the broader community. And I think I wanted to create structure, but not so much structure that you feel like you become a robot. Like I wanted to create a structure that's duplicatable, that allows you to be you, and allows you to create your own scripts and share from the heart, allows you to create your own vision, and allows you to choose what part of the connecting process you most align with. So there's structure, but there's still plenty of space for you to take this and make it you. And that was my intention, because we don't want to duplicate robots. We want to help people duplicate living their fullest expression and building a beautiful business they're inspired by. So, yeah.
I think what I'm so excited about, one of the things that I'm really excited about is next Tuesday, we're going to get right into ritual. And I've talked about that, the words that we used here was habit, right? But same thing. Your life is the result of your rituals. And what we're seeking, right, is truth. And truth is just simply what has happened. And so what we're going to really dig into next week is what are my results? Because that's really all that matters. Everything else can lie to you. Your thoughts can lie, your friends can lie, your family can lie, your own memory can lie. Like you can't even trust an eyewitness, right? The one thing that will not lie is what has happened right now. What is manifest? That is your results. And so as we're building this, as we are seeking what is the cause that is giving us the effect, all right? So the results are the effect. We're seeking what's the cause. And that's how we're going to build our rituals starting next week. That's how we're going to decide how we do this. And I want you to know that when Sarah and I are sharing this, and she mentioned this earlier, you guys are all on a level with us or higher or whatever, you know. The way I work is never about programming. We look at things like this, we can see that this is awesome. And then I go back to this old Bruce Lee phrase, which is take what's useful, discard what's useless, and then add what's essentially you. And that's going to be, so no matter what we're building, we're going to take things and go, oh, that fits for me. Some people like journaling, some people like vision boards, some people like whatever. Some people want more structure, some people want less. All that really matters is what are your results? That really is all that it comes down to. And what did I do to produce these results? And the patterns that you will follow or the rituals that you will develop will be as unique as your thumbprint. That no two people's exact set of rituals will be the same. So just preparing yourself for next week. I encourage you as you're coming into this, there's this other concept, this of growth mindset, right? Instead of just having like wealth mindset, growth mindset means fail as fast as possible so I can get that shit out of the way. Figure out what doesn't work for you as quickly as you can so you can scratch it off the list and start to figure out what does work for you. And only pay attention to what works. You know, I mean, pay attention to what doesn't work so you can scrap it or find out what works, but then put your own twist to it, put your own flavor, put your own soul into it, you know? So anyway, that's what I want to say. There's just a little preview of what we're going into next Tuesday.
Awesome. And Sean's going to take that session for you next week. And then I think we've got Taryn on next week as well. So you're in for a treat. So it's going to be an incredible group. So nice to connect with you all. And I think there'll be more people joining. I have a feeling that this group is going to expand. And if you do know people in your teams that want to join in, like now's the time before we, launch off. There was a quick question and then we'll wrap it up.
Quick question. Can you give us a 30-second overview of the Silver Container? So it's a Tuesday night call once a week.
Yes.
And
so in the Telegram group, which is like where there'll be updates. There's a channel and a chat group. So that's where there'll be updates on what's happening. But every Tuesday, we're going to keep one thing consistent, which is every Tuesday, 6 p.m. our time. I'm not sure where that is, depending on where you are. There will be this call, which is the foundations and the anchor point with me and Sean. And then there'll be another call
where it's open for question and answer, all of that stuff. So you're, direct access but also through the chat. The chat, we support each other through the Telegram chat in that container as well.
Totally. And then the other call time will be posted I think you'll get a calendar. I think Leah's organized a calendar with those other calls. They might vary a little bit just because Taryn, Max, and Leah are super busy and they need to fit that in where they can. So we wanted to keep one consistent time and the other time will probably be like Thursday, most likely. And you'll get the details for that call. So we highly recommend you jump on both of those. You've got the chat. And then really it's just in between that, doing the things and then, you're reporting back on how you're going with that and we can help you tweak whatever's coming up So, yeah. It's a ride. We're on the ride, on the journey.
Along the way, if you feel like you're getting tripped up, just pop it in, whatever. Be vulnerable in that container so that we can all support each other. It's really important that we're all authentic and vulnerable in this container and that we trust each other and know that we have each other's backs. We're on a team together and we have the same objective, which is the global vision and then the support of all of our individual visions,
And Sean is excellent at supporting. I've seen him in action. That's like, I would say a real strength of yours is like that person who you can just, have that real honest chat with. So anyway, thank you for your time. Thank you for being on and really excited to, for this container all to, up level together.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can add Tony to that group as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll write that down and have Laura do it. But we may need to get his information or something from you. So
awesome.
Thank you, guys. Can I just ask a quick question? Is there a cutoff point where people can come into this container? Because I know I'm speaking with a few of my team that are
So am I.
Waiting for the cutoff.
I'll ask Leah about that, and we'll put it in the chat because, or actually, Sean, can you ask Leah about that and put it in the chat since we're with her? Because I think I would also like to know that, because I'm like sitting here being like, that person should be in, this person, this person, this person.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
I know we've had some discussions about that in the overall Evolve group, and I'm not clear on exactly. I know there were two different things, so I'll get clear on that and put it in the chat or in the channel.
Awesome.
Yeah, cool. I think on the webinar it said something about pay to play until the 1st of November. I think on the webinar.
It was until the end
Yes.
of the summit was what they were talking about. Yeah.
All right. We're gonna
And then
wrap.
you'll have to have demonstrated a 4-figure months before you can enter the 5-figure.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
So we want this to be really people that are really committed. That it's not, no half-assers.
Love it.
Guys, get a good night's sleep.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Thanks,
Hey,
everyone.
Thank
Guys.
you. Thank you so much for your time.
Good
Okay,
night.
bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
See
Bye,
ya.
everyone.
Thank you.
awesome.